as you have seen the drawbacks in the Kennedy's theory, then there are some defects in the Lacy's theories also. The defects in the Lacy's theory, there are 10 defects are there. Defects in the Lacy's theory, as there were in Kennedy's theory, there are 6 drawbacks were there. 6 number of drawbacks we have seen. In this Lacy's theory, there are 10 defects are there. So यामध्ये first defect काय? After this, we have seen the various equations given by Lacy's theory. Then we have seen the method of channel design according to Lacy's theory. Some defects are observed. Defects in the Lacy's theory are, at first defect is the theory does not give any clear description of the physical aspects of the problem. It does not give the clear description of the physical aspects of the problem. This is the problem check your channel sections. The physical aspects that are not considered. The description of the physical aspects are not given. That physical aspects are not considered. That details are not studied. This is first defect. And it does not define what actually goes the characteristics of the LUL channel. The characteristics of the LUL channel that are not given, that are not studied, does not define what actually goes the characteristics of the LUL channel. The LUL channel ची काय characteristics आहेत हे त्यांनी define केलेले नाहीत. And third defect is the derivation of various formulas depends upon the single factor F. जे आता आपण पाहिले various equations, various relations given by Lacy's theory. So that are all these formulas are based on single factor. ते कशावर based आहे? Still factor F. F वर ते depend आहे. त्यावरने सगळे formulas derive केलेले. And dependence on single factor F is not adequate. एकाच फॅक्टरवर ते सफिशियंट नाही. सिंगल फॅक्टरवर ते सगळे फॉर्म्युला तयार करणे हे सफिशियंट नाही. Would you consider the different factors? In this, for different phases of flow on the bed and sides of the channel, the different values of fill factors for bed and sides of the channel should be considered. यामध्ये जे वेगवेगळे values of fill factors ते consider करायला पाहिजे होतं. Fill factors for various depths. By considering the channel section at different locations for various depth of flow, for various phases of flow on bed and sides of the channel, the fill factor should be considered different for various dimensions of the channel. So in this, only single factor was considered, this cell theory. The third defect. And fourth defect is Lacy's equation do not include a concentration of field. Concentration of field as variable. In this, concentration of the field as variable, that is not included in this. This is theory. The field concentration is considered as constant. This is the fourth defect. Then fifth defect is DC did not take into account the silt left in channel by water that is lost in absorption, which is as much as 12 to 15% of the total discharge of the channel. जे सिल्क कंटेन लेफ्ट झालेले आहे राहिलेलं आहे चॅनल सेक्शन मध्ये that is lost due to absorption which is having percentage 12 to 15% of the total discharge of the channel. So this silt content that is not taken into consideration. This is the fifth defect in this silt theory. Then sixth defect is the effect of silt attrition was also ignored. The silt size does not actually go on decreasing by the process of attrition among the rolling silt particles packed along the bed. The effect of silt attrition is ignored. Okay? The silt size does actually goes on decreasing by the process of attrition. So this silt attrition, effect of silt attrition is ignored. This is a sixth defect. In seventh defect is the lessee did not properly define the silt grade and silt charge. जे त्यांनी silt grade and silt charge घेतलेलं आहे ते properly define केलेलं नाही. This is the seventh defect in the silt theory. In eighth defect is lessee however considers that regime channel is inherently free from external restraint and shock. Therefore, a constant NE for a given size of material that he has considered the regime channel is inherently free from external restraint and shock. From external shock or external restraint, the regime channel is said to be freely. It is free from external restraint. And it has a constant value of NA. Constant NA for a given size of material. Then let's introduce ninth defect is let's introduce semi-ellipse as ideal shape of the regime channel, which is not correct. Assume assumption मध्ये the shape of the channel is semi-elliptical shape. आपण diagram मध्ये पाहिलं diagram given by this theory. हा जो शेप आहे हा शेप कसा आहे semi-elliptical shape. शेप कसा आहे bed of the channel is semi-elliptical semi-ellipse shape आहे. But exactly it is not correct. Exactly shape आपण या semi-elliptical असू शकत नाही. So it is considered the channel section, cross section of the channel as a semi-elliptical, which is not correct. This is one of the defects. Then last 10th defect is the artificial channel is not a regime channel. In regime theory is not applicable to it. The artificial channels they are not a regime channel. So for this artificial channel, this regime theory is not applicable. For regime channels, this regime theory is applicable. ये artificial channel नहीं applicable नहीं है. Only for regime channel, this regime theory is applicable. This is a 10 defect. These are the 10 defects in the Lacey's theory. Someone look at parent. Any problems in this? Please ask. Any problems? Please ask. समझ लगा सर होना इस पर दिस इज लेसिस सेल थ्योरी त्यामुळे काय काय पाहिलं आपण द वेरियस इक्वेशन गिवन बाय दिस लेसिस थ्योरी वेरियस फॉर्म्युलाज गिवन बाय लेसिस फंडामेंटल इक्वेशन then the design of the channel according to Lacy's theory and the defects in the Lacy's theory. समजले पर्यंत any questions in this? Please ask. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. समजलं का सगळ्यांना? समजलं का difference between Kennedy's theory and Lacy's theory? Okay. After this, Kennedy's theory and Lacy's theory, these losses are determined in canals. Losses in canals. So what are the different types of losses in the canal? So during the flow of the water through the canal, which has the losses occur. So when the water flows continuously through the canal section, as per the channel design or canal design, as per the Lacy's theory and Kennedy's theory, the cross section of the canal is decided. Its slope, width, depth, side slopes, which are determined. The flow will occur according to the cross section of the canal section. The flow will be continuous. The losses take place due to seepage. During flow of the water through the canal, the seepage will occur. Seepage through the canal, deep percolation and evaporation losses may occur. During flow of the water through the canal, these are the losses that may occur due to seepage, deep percolation and evaporation. So these losses are called transmission losses, because during the flow of the water through the canal, these losses will occur. These losses takes place due to seepage, deep percolation and evaporation. These are called transmission losses. So these losses should be determined so that quantity of water which is available for cultivation or for irrigation that is available during at the tail end. So that should be determined. Quantity of water available for the cultivation or for growing of the crops, for irrigation purpose. What is the amount of water is required? How much the quantity of water is there, or how much the water is to be supplied to the for cultivation. So the losses will depend upon the or this quantity of water that is available in the canal section. That will be depend upon the losses that occur during the flow of water. So these losses are classified into three types. त्यामध्ये evaporation losses, then transmission losses, and transpiration losses, and seepage losses. These are the three types of losses. These are the three types of losses which occur during the flow of water through canal. त्यामध्ये evaporation losses आहे, transpiration losses and seepage losses. त्यामध्ये first type आहे evaporation losses. Evaporation losses काय? The loss due to evaporation during the flow of the water. The water surface is which is open to atmosphere. So during in summer or during if the temperature is high, the evaporation from the canal will occur. Loss of water due to evaporation. So this percentage is small percentage of evaporation loss due to evaporation is generally a small percentage of total loss in unaligned canal. The loss due to evaporation is very small. The percentage of loss due to evaporation is small. It is hardly exceeds 1 to 2% of the total water entering into the canal. Generally, किती नहीं वाटते हैं? The percentage may be 1 to 2% evaporation losses. That may depend upon the climatic factors such as temperature of the area, humidity of that region, wind velocity, then canal factors such as water surface area किती है, surface area of the canal, then water depth, velocity of flow. Depending upon that, these evaporation losses may occur. Generally, they are up to 1 to 2% of the total water entering into the canal. These are the evaporation losses. Some of the evaporation losses. So maximum loss is there in summer season, in summer months when temperature is high and when there is a wind velocity is higher. There will be the maximum loss will be there due to evaporation, and also losses are maximum in unlined canals due to wider water surface area in shallower water depth and low velocity. In this case also there will be the maximum losses will be there. The maximum evaporation loss per day may vary between 4 mm to 10 mm. During summer season, summer month, how much evaporation occurs? The average evaporation loss may be per day in between 4 mm to 10 mm पर्यंत लॉस होतो. Decrease in the water level up to 4 mm to 10 mm. This is the evaporation losses. And the transmission loss takes place through lot of vegetation and weeds growth along the bank of the canal. Bank of the canal, कॅनलच्या शेजारी जर झाडं भरपूर झाडं असतील किंवा ग्रास किंवा इफ इट इज कवर्ड विथ लॉट ऑफ वेजिटेशन, ग्रास, trees or any other plants are there, so that will absorb that water, that plants or trees that absorb that water. Loss may occur due to that vegetation covered along the bank of the canal. So that is called transpiration loss. So these losses are also in small quantity. These are extremely small part of the total loss, transpiration losses. And third type of losses are the seepage losses. Seepage losses constitute the major portion of the loss in unlined canal. Seepage losses are the major portion of the losses in the canals. यामध्ये seepage losses कसे होतात? Seepage losses they are occur due to absorption of water in the upper layers of the soil. Due to absorption of the water in the soil, water is absorbed by the soil below the canal bed. There is a seepage loss. Seepage loss may occur through the soil. And second, due to percolation of water into the water table, thus reaching the water table. Percolation of water into the water table, thus raising the water table. When the water is percolated through the soil, there is a rise in the water table. This is the seepage losses. However, the water table is much lower. Seepage losses are only due to absorption. Seepage losses that may occur due to absorption, but percolation losses are which is more than absorption losses. The rate of water loss कसं काढायचं? Rate of water losses, seepage losses, that are given by these following methods. Canal losses that are expressed in these methods given as that the cumex per million square meter of the weighted perimeter. These losses are expressed in terms of cumex per million square meter of the weighted perimeter. Then second, the depth of water lost per day over the weighted perimeter is the second method. Third method is percentage of canal discharge किती झालेलं आहे त्यावरून ते canal losses काढतात. Fourth one is percentage per kilometer length of the canal. Per kilometer length ला किती percentage loss झालेलं आहे. These are the rate of water losses that are expressed in terms of these various methods, as they are expressed in cumex per million square meter of the weighted perimeter, or that may be expressed in terms of depth of water loss per day over weighted perimeter, or they may be expressed in percentage of canal discharge or percentage per kilometer length of the canal. In this way, the rate of water loss is calculated. So out of these four methods, first method is simplest and quite popular, which is generally used. कुठलं आहे? Cumex per million square meter of the weighted perimeter. This is the popular method of calculating rate of water loss to the canal. कशामध्ये मेजर करतात क्युमेक्स पर मिलियन स्क्वेअर मीटर ऑफ द weighted perimeter. So in absence of any other data, transmission losses are taken as 2.5 cumecs per million square meter of the weighted perimeter for unlined channels and 0.60 cumecs per million square meter of weighted perimeter for line canal. Unlined canal साठी किती आहे 2.5 cumecs and line canal साठी 0.6 cumecs transmission losses are taken. त्यामध्ये in Uttar Pradesh the loss QL seepage losses in cumecs per kilometer length of the unlined canal is given by this equation. QL is equal to 1 by 200 into bracket B plus D raised to 2 by 3. The equation of losses, transmission losses or seepage losses. समझला इथपर्यंत? Where B and D are the width and depth in meters, and also in Punjab and Haryana, the losses in unlined canals in cumecs per million square meter of the weighted perimeter, that is given by this equation. QL is equal to 1.9 into Q raised to 0.0625. This is the equation which is used in the state Punjab and Haryana. And according to Central Water Commission, has given the various values of transmission losses for different types of soil. It is given in this table. For losses in unlined canals, CWPC recommendation for losses in unlined canals. The soil type आहे rock जर असेल तर transmission losses किती होतील 0.91. that are given in cubic per million square meter of weighted perimeter. Black cotton soil असेल तर 1.83 transmission loss. Alluvial soil असेल तर 2.74 transmission loss. Decayed rock or gravel having 3 transmission loss. These are the various values of transmission losses for various types of soil. These are the values given by CWPC, Central Water Power Commission. They are given transmission losses values. CWPC recommendation for losses in unlined canals. So these losses are sometimes expressed as percent of total discharge. Total discharge किती आहे त्यावरून आहे losses काढले जातात. त्यामध्ये मेन कॅनल ब्रांच कॅनल असेल तर लॉस मे बी हॅव्हिंग पर्सेंटेज 15% to 20%. डिस्ट्रीब्युटेड अँड मायनस असेल तर किती आहे पर्सेंटेज 6 to 7%. वॉटर कोर्सेस असेल तर 17 to 22%. And losses in line canal, that is given by this equation. In Punjab, the following formula is used for determination of total losses that are given in cumecs per million meter square of weighted perimeter. That is given by this equation. K is equal to 0.349 Q raised to 0.056, where Q is the discharge in channel. So as per the recommendations of CWPC and IS 1745/1968, the transmission losses in line canals can be taken as 0.6 cumecs per million meter square of the weighted perimeter. These are the various percentage of the total losses, percentage of the losses to the canals. Someone explain losses in the canals. These are the 3 major losses: evaporation losses, transmission losses, and seepage losses. Someone explain. Any difficulty in this? Please ask. समजलं सगळ्यांना losses in the canals? So this can be asked for the exam. Losses in canals. So here you have completed this losses in canals, Canidis theory, Lacey's theory, and losses in canals. In next lecture, we'll see the lining of the irrigation channels. Okay. Samal parent, any doubt in this? Any questions? Please ask. कोणाला काय प्रॉब्लेम्स आहे काय यामध्ये समजलं का सर्वांना? Please ask. Okay. Here we will stop. Next lecture we'll see lining of the irrigation channels. Its advantages, disadvantages, necessity that we will see in next lecture.